Listen closely. That sound you hear isn't just movement, it's war. It's the raw, grinding scrape of shoes carving through red clay, the unmistakable soundtrack of endurance, pain, and survival. This is not just tennis. This is the unforgiving battlefield of the Madrid Open, a place where hype gets exposed, reputations get tested, and only the strongest minds and bodies walk away standing. Close your eyes for a second and picture it. The blazing Spanish sun hanging heavy over the court, the air thick with tension, the crowd buzzing, restless, waiting. Then, suddenly, silence. A ball toss, a heartbeat pause, and just like that, two completely different worlds collide. On one side of the net, the fearless rise of youth. On the other, the cold precision of experience. This isn't just another match. It's a story that feels bigger than the sport itself. It's the explosive, fast-rising Filipina sensation, Alexandra Ayala. Stepping into the arena with everything on her shoulders, hope, expectation, and the weight of an entire nation. Across from her stands the calculating, ice-cold tactician, Elise Mertens, a veteran who has made a career out of dismantling dreams just like this. And make no mistake, this is not a fairy tale setup. This is a trial by fire. Because Ayala isn't just playing for points or prize money. She's carrying something far heavier. Back home in the Philippines, millions are awake in the middle of the night, glued to screens, holding their breath with every rally. Every swing of her racket echoes across time zones. Every point feels personal. She's not just an athlete, she's becoming a symbol. But here's where it gets real. Ayala is not just some emotional storyline. She is dangerous, seriously dangerous. At just 20 years old, she's already been forged in one of the most brutal training environments in tennis, the legendary Rafa Nadal Academy. And that matters more than people think. This is where players aren't just trained, they're hardened, built to suffer, conditioned to fight for every single ball like it's match point at a Grand Slam final. You can see it in her movement. On clay, she doesn't just run, she glides. She slides into shots with precision, recovers instantly, and turns defense into attack in the blink of an eye. It's controlled chaos. It's calculated aggression. And it's terrifying for opponents who aren't ready for it. If you need proof of just how real this is, look no further than what she did in her last match. She didn't just win, she demolished. Facing seasoned power hitter Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, a former Grand Slam finalist known for overwhelming opponents with raw force, Ayala was expected to struggle. Experts predicted she'd get overpowered, outmuscled, outclassed. Instead, she dismantled her. Completely. Straight sets. 6-3, 6-3. No hesitation, no fear. Just execution. That wasn't luck. That was a statement. And now, the stakes have skyrocketed. Because standing in her path is Elise Mertens, the ultimate gatekeeper. If Ayala is fire, Mertens is ice. She's not flashy. She's not explosive. But she is brutally efficient, a master of control, a player who doesn't beat you with power, but with patience, precision, and psychological warfare. She forces you to hit one extra shot, then another, until your legs burn, your lungs collapse, and your mind starts to crack. That's her game, and it works. Mertens sees the court differently. That comes from her elite doubles pedigree, where angles, positioning, and anticipation matter more than raw strength. She reads patterns before they happen. She disrupts rhythm. She breaks players down slowly, methodically, mercilessly. And here's the part that makes this matchup even more intense. She's already beaten Ayala before. Back in 2023, on a fast hard court, Mertens didn't just win, she dominated. The match ended with a brutal 6-0 second set. A bagel. Total shutdown. It was a harsh lesson in what experience can do to raw talent. That memory, it doesn't disappear. It lingers. It sits in the back of your mind, waiting to resurface under pressure. But here's where the story flips. This is not that same court. This is not that same environment. This is clay. And clay changes everything. Unlike hard courts, where speed and flat hitting dominate, clay slows the game down. It forces longer rallies. It rewards spin, stamina, and strategy. It punishes impatience. It exposes weaknesses. And most importantly, it plays directly into Ayala's strengths. This surface is her home, her comfort zone, the place where her heavy topspin explodes, where her movement shines, and where she has the time to construct points instead of rushing them. For Mertens, clay is manageable, but not dominant. For Ayala, it's a weapon. Which means this match isn't just a rematch, it's a chance for redemption, a chance to rewrite the narrative, a chance to prove that the past doesn't define the future. But here's the real question. When the pressure hits, when the score tightens, when the crowd gets loud, who holds their nerve? Because this won't just be decided by skill. It will be decided by mindset. Will Ayala stay composed and trust her evolution? Or will Mertens drag her into deep waters and force her to break? This is where careers shift. This is where contenders become threats or fade away. And right now, the entire tennis world is watching. Because something big is building here. Something explosive. Something that feels like the beginning of a new era. Now everything comes down to this moment. The noise of the crowd fades into a low electric hum. The red clay glows under the brutal Madrid sun. Every camera is locked in. Every eye is fixed on the baseline. This isn't just another round at the Madrid Open. This feels like destiny tightening its grip. Because when Alexandra Ayala steps up to serve, she's not just out starting a point. She's igniting a battle. From the very first strike, her intentions will be crystal clear. Attack early, dictate the rally, refuse to let Elise Mertens settle into her suffocating rhythm. That's the only way you survive against a player like Mertens. If you hesitate, even for a second, you're already trapped. Ayala's blueprint is explosive. She'll hunt her forehand relentlessly, looking to run around her backhand and unleash those heavy, spinning missiles into the corners. On this clay, those shots don't just land, they kick up violently, climbing high into the strike zone, forcing Mertens back step by step. And if Ayala finds that rhythm early, it could get dangerous, fast. Because we've already seen what happens when she locks in. Against Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, she didn't just compete, she dominated. She absorbed power, redirected it, and turned defense into offense like a seasoned veteran. That wasn't a fluke. That was evolution. But here's the problem. Mertens knows all of this. She's seen players like Ayala before. Young, fearless, riding a wave of momentum. And she knows exactly how to dismantle that energy piece by piece. She won't panic if Ayala comes out swinging. She won't get rattled by the crowd. She'll stay calm, almost eerily calm. And then she'll start to work. Slowly, relentlessly, painfully. She'll stretch rallies longer than they should be. She'll mix in low slices that die in the clay, followed by looping topspin that pushes Ayala back. One shot flat. The next, high and spinning. Rhythm, gone. Timing, disrupted. This is where matches are won without hitting a single winner. This is psychological warfare. And if Ayala's first serve percentage drops, even slightly, that's when things get dangerous. Because Mertens will step inside the baseline and attack second serves without mercy, instantly flipping the point and forcing Ayala into defensive positions. That's the trap. And once you fall into it, it's incredibly hard to escape. But here's what makes this match different from their last meeting. Back then, Ayala was still learning, still raw, still figuring things out. And Mertens exposed every weakness, handing her a brutal lesson with that 6-0 second set. But now, this is a different version of Ayala. Alexandra Eala. Stronger, faster, sharper, mentally tougher, and most importantly, battle-tested on clay. This surface gives her time. It gives her space. It allows her to construct points instead of rushing them. It allows her to breathe, to think, to execute. And that changes everything. Because if this match goes deep, if it stretches into long, grinding rallies, Eala won't back down. She'll fight. She'll slide. She'll chase every ball like her career depends on it. And the crowd? They'll be right there with her. Madrid doesn't just watch matches, it fuels them. And with the Filipino fans in full voice, combined with local Spanish support tied to the Rafa Nadal Academy, this stadium could feel like home for Eala. That energy matters. In tight moments, in break points, in deciding games, it can be the difference between holding your nerve and cracking under pressure. So imagine this. Third set, 4-all, sun blazing, both players exhausted. Ayala steps up to the line, facing a break point. This is it. This is the moment where everything gets decided. Does she remember that painful loss from 2023? Does doubt creep in? Or does she block it all out, trust her training, and rise? Because that's what separates contenders from champions. Not talent, not power, composure. If Ayala can stay locked in, if she can embrace the chaos instead of fearing it, she has every tool to win this match. The movement, the spin, the aggression, the belief. But if she rushes, if she gets impatient, if she tries to force the moment, Mertens will be waiting, and she will punish every mistake. That's why analysts are split, right down the middle. Some are backing experience, pointing to Mertens' tactical brilliance and proven ability to handle pressure. Others are betting on momentum, on youth, on the undeniable fire burning inside Ayala right now. Because sometimes, momentum is unstoppable. Sometimes, belief outweighs experience. And sometimes, a new star announces itself in a moment like this. This isn't just about advancing to the next round. This is about making a statement. About proving that the future of tennis isn't coming. It's already here. As the players take their positions and the umpire calls time, the tension becomes almost unbearable. The crowd leans forward. The world holds its breath. Two players, two stories, one battlefield, and only one will walk away victorious. The first serve is tossed into the air. The racket swings. History is about to be written. One match, one moment, one destiny. Everything changes right now.